This is exactly what I would do if I would want to save $10,000 fast. First, I would clarify the goal. We often fail to achieve our goals because they are not clear enough. For my $10,000 goal, the amount is clear. The time frame is not. Fast is not clear enough for our brains. So what the brain will do is disregard the goal. To avoid this, the first thing that I would do is clearly define how fast I would want to save the $10,000. Now I can have the deepest desire to save $10,000 in the next 3 weeks, but if I make $2,000 per month, that's not realistic. For me, a realistic fast time frame to save $10,000 is about 5 to 8 months. Great, now the goal is crystal clear. Save $10,000 in 5 to 8 months. By the way, let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to make this goal a challenge. If there's enough demand, I will set up a series with regular updates. Next, I would write down why I would like to save $10,000 fast. Why would I do this? Because at some point in the future, I will be faced with a choice between spending money on a short-term pleasure versus saving it to achieve my goal of saving $10,000 in 5 to 8 months. For example, in the next 5 to 8 months, I will most likely see a suit that I would like to buy, and I would be faced with the decision of buying the suit versus saving the money to achieve my goal. If I know why I want to save $10,000 fast, the choice is easy. In that situation, my desire to achieve my goal will be stronger than the desire for a short-term pleasure. Here's how I would go about this process. I would ask myself why I want to save $10,000 a couple of times. Now, why do I want to do this? Because I want to have more dry powder during the upcoming financial crisis. Now I would ask myself why again? Why do I want to have more dry powder during the next financial crisis? Because I can speed up my path to financial independence. Well, why do I want to speed up my path to financial independence? Because I value freedom of time and money more than the things that I'm willing to give up. Well, why? Because financial freedom brings me peace, safety, comfort, and options. That's a good enough reason for me to move on. You have to find your own why. Next, I would set up a simple and easy system with bite-sized steps to follow. Here's the thing, goals are cool, but they don't deliver results. Systems do. Here's how I would set up my system. First, I would set up a separate sub-account for this goal. I would not use a checking account for this. Ever. A clear goal needs a clear tracking basket. I must be able to precisely determine where I am at any point in time. Next, I would apply Kaizen to my system by breaking down the big goal into bite-sized goals. I would break down the big goal into monthly goals. So $10,000 in 5 to 8 months means that I must save $1,250 to $2,000 per month. $1,250 to achieve the goal in 8 months and $2,000 to achieve it in 5 months. Next, I would break down the goal even further into weekly goals. $1,250 to $2,000 in weekly goals means that I must save $313 to $400 per week. For me, weekly goals are small enough. You can go further and break it down into daily goals, but for me, this would add too much friction to my system. But I would go to daily goals if I would want to develop a saving habit. Then I would not automate the weekly process at first. I would do the manual transfers every single week for the first 2 to 3 months. Why? Because I would like to strengthen the saving habit, the weekly saving habit. I would automate the process only in months 3 to 8. Next, I would track my spending with a simple spending tracker. There's a link to one in the previous videos. Finally, I would do weekly reviews with myself to see what I'm doing, like where my spending is for the month, if I'm crushing my weekly goals, if my future weekly goals are on track to being achieved, or if I need to course correct at that point. That would be it for the system. It's simple, clear, with a few steps to follow. Nothing fancy. At this point, you might be thinking where I would be finding the money to achieve the goal. For me, this would be the easiest part. Lifestyle changes. Here's exactly what I would do. I would meal prep all my main meals for the week with a simple goal. Make them tastier and healthier than the takeout alternative. Easy. I would swap the specialty to-go coffees from the coffee shop with coffee made at home with the same goal as for the meals. make it at least the same quality or better than the coffee at the coffee shops. I would grocery shop once a week for the entire week. I would swap taxis and Ubers with public transportation if the difference is 15 minutes or less. And I would delay international travels for entertainment purposes. But I would swap it with local travel, entertainment, and reading. Now guess what I'll do to achieve these lifestyle changes? Exactly. I will set up a simple and easy system. Now if you enjoyed this video, you might also like this other video that I made. And until next time, take care and have a wonderful day. Peace. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to make this a series.